In the vastness of the cosmos, where stars twinkled like distant hopes, a fateful confrontation loomed, one that would echo through the ages. Two titans, each representing the extremes of power and ideology, were destined to clash: Thanos, the mad titan, and Superman, the last son of Krypton. Thanos was born on Titan, a moon of Saturn, where his unique appearance marked him as an outcast. With his immense strength, intellect, and a twisted sense of balance, he believed that the universe could only thrive if half of its inhabitants were eliminated. This philosophy drove him to seek the Infinity Stones, artifacts of unimaginable power that would grant him the ability to reshape reality itself. After a relentless quest, he succeeded in acquiring all 6 stones and forged the Infinity Gauntlet, a tool that made him a god among mortals. On the other hand, Superman, known as Kal-El, was sent to Earth as an infant to escape the destruction of his home planet, Krypton. Raised by Jonathan and Martha Kent in the small town of Smallville, he grew up embodying the values of hope, justice, and compassion. As he matured, he discovered his incredible powers: superhuman strength, flight, heat vision, and invulnerability, transforming him into a symbol of hope and protection for humanity. He dedicated his life to defending the innocent, believing that everyone deserved a chance at life and happiness. Now, their paths converged on a desolate planet, one that had long been abandoned by life and forgotten by the universe. The sky was a tumultuous swirl of dark clouds, crackling with electricity as Thanos stood at the center, the Infinity Gauntlet glowing ominously on his hand. Each gem pulsated with energy, a testament to the overwhelming power he wielded. As he prepared to unleash his twisted vision of balance, a streak of red and blue tore through the oppressive atmosphere. Superman landed with a resounding thud, his cape billowing behind him like a banner of hope. He locked eyes with Thanos, an electric tension crackling between them. "Thanos," he said, his voice steady yet urgent, "your reign of terror ends here. You won't destroy any more lives." Thanos turned slowly, a sinister smile spreading across his face. "Ah, the Kryptonian hero. You think you can stop me? I wield the power to reshape reality itself. You are but a fleeting moment in my grand design." Superman's heart raced, but he remained resolute. "I fight for something greater than yourself. I will protect those who cannot protect themselves." He clenched his fists, the weight of responsibility heavy upon his shoulders. The lives of countless beings rested on this confrontation. With that declaration, the battle erupted. Superman charged forward, propelled by his incredible speed, aiming a punch directly at Thanos. The Titan, unfazed, raised the Space Stone, teleporting just out of reach and reappearing behind Superman. He unleashed a devastating blast from the Power Stone, sending Superman hurtling across the landscape. The ground shattered beneath the impact, rocks flying in every direction. Superman quickly regained his footing, determination burning in his eyes. "That won't stop me," he shouted, launching himself back into the air. With a fierce battle cry, he soared toward Thanos, unleashing a barrage of punches. Each blow landed with resounding force, but Thanos absorbed the hits, his gauntlet shimmering as he activated the Time Stone, slowing Superman's movements. The Man of Steel struggled against the temporal distortion, his punches becoming sluggish. Thanos seized the opportunity, delivering a punishing strike that knocked Superman off balance. "You are strong, but not strong enough," Thanos bellowed, his voice filled with contempt. Superman fought against the effects of the Time Stone, summoning every ounce of strength within him. With sheer willpower, he broke free, his speed returning as he launched himself toward Thanos again. This time, he feinted left and propelled himself upward, delivering a powerful uppercut that sent the Titan staggering back. But Thanos was not easily defeated. He activated the Reality Stone, warping the battlefield around them. The ground twisted and morphed, creating illusions that distracted Superman. Shadows of Thanos appeared everywhere, each one attacking from different angles. Superman fought valiantly, using his heat vision to cut through the illusions, but they kept coming, relentless in their assault. Just as it seemed Thanos had the upper hand, Superman felt a surge of energy within him. Drawing on the love and hope he held for the universe, he focused his energy and unleashed a powerful blast of heat vision. The energy sliced through the shadows, dispelling them into nothingness. "You can't defeat the light, Thanos," he shouted. The Titan, momentarily taken aback, gritted his teeth and summoned the Soul Stone. "You may think you can defy me, but I will show you the true meaning of despair," he roared, channeling the energy of the fallen souls into a devastating attack. Dark tendrils of energy surged towards Superman, wrapping around him and sapping his strength. Superman struggled against the dark energy, feeling the weight of countless lost lives pressing down on him. He refused to surrender. With a cry of desperation, he pushed against the darkness, channeling his inner strength. "I will not yield," he declared, breaking free from the tendrils just as they threatened to consume him. The two titans clashed again, the air crackling with energy. Superman soared through the air, dodging Thanos' attacks and retaliating with powerful punches. The ground beneath them shook with every impact, the very fabric of reality warping around them as they battled. But Thanos, fueled by his ambition and the power of the gauntlet, activated the Power Stone once again. A surge of energy erupted from the gauntlet, creating a massive shockwave that knocked Superman off his feet. He crashed to the ground, struggling to rise as Thanos loomed over him. "You are but a fleeting moment in the grand design of the universe," Thanos declared, raising the gauntlet high. "I will reshape all of existence, starting with you." Superman, battered and bruised, felt despair creeping in, but he drew on his memories of his loved ones, Lois, his parents, and all those he had protected. With a surge of determination, he pushed himself to his feet, ready to fight back. "This ends now." With one final charge, Superman gathered all his remaining strength. He soared into the air, channeling the energy of the sun coursing through his veins, transforming it into a brilliant light. As he descended, he unleashed a blinding burst of heat vision, striking Thanos squarely in the chest. For a moment, time seemed to stand still. The explosion of energy illuminated the battlefield, and the very cosmos held its breath as the two forces clashed. Thanos staggered back, the power of the gauntlet flickering. He gritted his teeth, desperately trying to regain control. But Superman pressed on, pushing through the pain and exhaustion. "This ends now," he shouted, delivering a final, earth-shattering punch. The impact reverberated through the air, and Thanos was sent crashing to the ground, the Infinity Gauntlet flying from his grasp. As Thanos lay defeated, he gasped for breath, the power of the stones waning. You think you've won?" he croaked, his voice barely a whisper. "You may have beaten me today, but my vision will live on. The universe will always need balance." Superman stood over him, panting heavily. "You could have chosen a better path. It doesn't have to end like this." With a final surge of will, Thanos reached for the gauntlet, desperate to reclaim his power. In that moment, Superman knew he had to act. He lunged forward, intending to stop Thanos once and for all. But the Mad Titan, in a last desperate act, activated the gauntlet one final time. The air crackled with energy as the Infinity Stones flared to life. Superman felt the overwhelming surge of power threatening to consume him as he closed the distance. "No," he shouted, but it was too late. A blinding burst of light erupted from the gauntlet, engulfing the battlefield in a cataclysmic explosion. When the light faded, the landscape lay in ruins. Superman struggled to rise, but he felt the weight of the energy blast pressing down on him. He looked around, panic flooding his heart as he searched for Thanos. The Titan was nowhere to be seen, consumed by the very power he had wielded. But as Superman took a step forward, he felt a sharp pain in his chest. The energy of the blast had taken its toll, and he knew he didn't have much time left. "Thanos," he gasped, his voice trembling with emotion. "Why did it have to end this way?" In the distance, the remnants of the gauntlet lay scattered, the stones dimmed and lifeless. Superman felt the weight of the universe upon him, knowing that he had fought valiantly, but at a great cost. He had triumphed over Thanos, but the victory felt hollow. With his last ounce of strength, Superman looked up at the stars, a single tear rolling down his cheek. He had lost a worthy adversary, but in that loss, he also felt a deep, profound sadness for the lives that had been lost in their conflict. As he took his final breath, the cosmos mourned for both titans, one who fought for hope and another who sought balance, each representing the myriad complexities of existence. In that moment, Superman's vision faded, the world around him dissolving into a kaleidoscope of colors. Memories flooded his mind like a rushing river, his childhood in Smallville, the warmth of his parents' love, the laughter of friends, and the faces of those he had saved. Each memory was a reminder of why he had fought so fiercely against Thanos. He had fought for hope, for the belief that even in the darkest times, there was a light worth protecting. As the colors swirled, he felt a sense of peace wash over him. He had given everything he had to stop Thanos, to protect the universe from the Titan's twisted vision. But as he succumbed to the darkness, a flicker of light appeared in the distance. It grew brighter, illuminating the void around him, and he felt a pull toward it, a calling to something greater. Kal-El, a familiar voice echoed in the distance. It was his father, Jor-El, the voice of wisdom and guidance that had once guided him through his journey. "You have fought bravely, my son. You have shown the universe the meaning of courage and sacrifice." "Father," Superman murmured, his voice barely a whisper. "I tried to save him, but at what cost? You fought for the right reasons, and in doing so, you have preserved the light of hope for all," Jor-El replied, his tone soothing. "Your journey is not over. You have made a significant impact, and your legacy will inspire those who follow." As the light enveloped him, Superman felt a surge of strength returning. It was not just his physical strength, it was the will to continue fighting, to protect the innocent, and to stand against tyranny. He realized then that his battle with Thanos was not just about defeating one villain, it was about embodying the ideals he held dear, those ideals that would resonate throughout time. Suddenly, the colors shifted, and he found himself standing once more on the desolate battlefield, the remnants of their epic clash surrounding him. The sky was still dark, the air thick with tension, yet there was a palpable change in the atmosphere. The Infinity Gauntlet lay before him, the stones flickering weakly, remnants of their once great power. And then, amidst the debris, a figure began to take shape. It was Thanos, rising from the ground, the gauntlet still clenched in his hand, though now it appeared cracked and drained. "You should have stayed down, Kryptonian," he rasped, his voice hoarse but filled with a twisted determination. "No more," Superman shouted, his voice ringing with renewed conviction. "You will not get away with this." Thanos glared at him, his eyes burning with fury. "You think you can stop me again? I will not be denied my vision for the universe." With a desperate surge, he activated the remnants of the Infinity Stones, the power pulsing unevenly as he tried to harness it one last time. But Superman stood firm, drawing strength from the memories of his loved ones and the ideals he fought for. "You've lost, Thanos. You've lost everything you sought to achieve," he declared, stepping forward. "This power has corrupted you. It's time to face the consequences of your actions." Thanos, fueled by anger and desperation, unleashed a blast of chaotic energy from the gauntlet. The air crackled as the force surged toward Superman, seeking to obliterate him. But Superman was ready. He soared into the sky, the energy blast narrowly missing him as he ascended, gathering the sunlight that poured down from above. Channeling that energy, he focused it into a single, concentrated beam of heat vision. As he descended, he aimed it directly at Thanos and unleashed it with all his might. The beam shot through the air, a brilliant column of light piercing the darkness. Thanos, sensing the impending attack, attempted to bring up a shield using the gauntlet. But the remnants of the stones were weak, and the shield flickered under the intensity of Superman's assault. The heat vision struck Thanos' shield, causing it to shatter and enveloping the Titan in a blinding light. The explosion echoed like thunder across the barren landscape, sending shockwaves rippling through the ground. Superman felt the heat wash over him, but he pressed on, his gaze fixed on the center of the blast. As the light faded, he saw Thanos standing amidst the debris, struggling to remain upright, his gauntlet now nothing more than a broken shell of its former glory. "This isn't over," Thanos gasped, blood trickling from the corner of his mouth. "I will return. The universe requires balance, and I will find a way to achieve it." Superman stepped forward, his expression unwavering. "No, Thanos. You've lost your chance. You've become a monster, and the universe deserves better than your flawed ideology." With one last surge of strength, Thanos lunged forward, a glimmer of desperation in his eyes. "You don't understand. I am inevitable." He raised his fist, attempting to summon whatever energy remained within him to strike Superman down. But Superman, fueled by a newfound determination and clarity, dodged the attack and countered with a powerful blow to Thanos' chest. The impact sent the Titan sprawling backward, his body crashing into the ground. As Thanos lay there, gasping for breath, the light in his eyes began to fade. Superman knelt beside him, the weight of the moment heavy upon them. "You could have been so much more, Thanos. You could have been a force for good," he said, his voice filled with a mix of sorrow and resolve. Thanos looked up at him, a flicker of something akin to regret crossing his features. "You think you can change the universe with hope alone? Hope is a fragile thing. It's stronger than you think," Superman replied, his voice steady. "Hope is what drives us to be better, to fight against tyranny, and to protect those who cannot protect themselves." With those final words, Thanos' strength waned, and the Titan succumbed to the darkness he had unleashed upon the universe. Superman watched as the life faded from Thanos' eyes, the last remnants of his ambition extinguished. Thanos, once a formidable adversary, lay defeated, a testament to the dangers of unchecked power and ambition. In that moment, as the dust settled around them and the chaotic energies dissipated, Superman felt the weight of his victory. He had fought valiantly, but it came at a tremendous cost. The universe had lost a powerful being, one who could have chosen a different path, and the realization weighed heavily on him. As he stood over Thanos' fallen form, Superman reflected on the battle they had waged. He had won, but the victory felt bittersweet. He had lost a part of himself in the process, part of the hope he had always carried. The universe was safe, but at what price? With a heavy heart, Superman turned his gaze to the sky, the swirling clouds beginning to part, revealing the stars that had witnessed their epic struggle. "I will honor your memory, Thanos," he whispered softly, not as a villain, but as a reminder of what happens when power is misused. And with that, he took to the skies, soaring into the depths of the cosmos, ready to continue his fight for justice. He would carry the weight of this battle with him, hoping that one day, the universe would learn from its mistakes and choose a path of hope instead of despair. The stars shone brightly above him, guiding him forward, a beacon of hope in an ever-changing universe.